Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, I would like to talk about receiving. I want to ask you, are you ready to receive? And this is such an important question to be asking ourselves right now because I feel like we've been speaking a lot and surrounded a lot about this, kind of shitstorm of change that's going on. This kind of chaotic time. And, I am personally in a really big season of change, and I know that I am not the only one. But I think that what goes hand in hand with that and the other side of the change and the breaking down and the chaos and the pressure is receiving. And receiving can look like a lot of different things. Receiving knowledge, receiving abundance financially, receiving energetic changes, receiving the light, receiving help, receiving guidance. There are a lot of different things that we need to be setting ourselves up to receive. Receiving opportunities. We are going to see opportunities come our way that we have never, ever, ever seen before and that we couldn't even fathom. But we need to be ready to receive them. We need to be ready to receive everything that we want to receive. If you're asking for guidance, you have to be ready to receive that guidance. If you're asking for financial abundance, you have to be ready to receive that abundance. If you're asking for, if you are asking for, oh my goodness, what was I just saying? I'm sorry. If you are asking for opportunities, are you ready to receive those opportunities? And the way you want to know if you are ready to receive them, if you're asking for help, are you ready to receive that help? You have to look at what you're doing, like, is help coming your way, and are you receiving it with ease and grace, or are you resisting it like, no, really wanting it, and then, waiting for that help to force its way in and to push and say, no, we insist. You have to ask yourself these questions and ask yourself, okay, so say you're ready to receive an opportunity, and you say to the divine, like, I'm ready to receive opportunities to flow my way. Take an example of the opportunity that you might be looking for and ask yourself, if this came to me right now, because I am asking for it right now, would I be ready to receive this opportunity? Would I be ready to step up to the plate and do what it takes to receive this opportunity? Let's take the example, I'm house hunting right now. And I am fully confident that the perfect, as Sarah Landon puts it, choiceless property is going to come into my realm. That something's gonna come to me, the perfect property that I'm not even gonna have to make the decision. It's going to be like, this is a yes. This is an automatic yes. The other side of that is, am I ready for that opportunity? Am I ready to sign on that dotted line? Am I ready to go through what it takes to be qualified for a mortgage? And, if the house needs a little bit of fixing up, am I ready to do that? Am I ready to move? And I might be like, yeah. But, like, when you start to actually think about what that means and actually think about what exactly that is going to look like and what it is going to require from you, from me. What is buying a house going to require from me? What is moving going to require from me? What is fixing up a house going to require from me? And start to really, really define exactly what that looks like. And in doing that, you will maybe see why certain things you haven't received certain things. Because if you are not ready to receive them, the universe will not give them to you. Because they're not going to give you something that you're not ready to handle. That goes the same with money. That goes the same with love. You know, if you are wanting a relationship or seeking a relationship, you have to ask yourself, am I ready to receive that love? Am I ready to receive that partner? Am I embodying the type of partner that I want to attract? Because I can't ask someone to be something that I am not. And that doesn't mean your partner can't compliment you. I'm just saying, if you are looking for a loving, loyal partner, are you ready to receive that? Are you ready to receive that by also being a loving, loyal partner? Are you ready to do what it takes to have a partner like that? Because I think that a lot of times, we have a high standard of partner. Are you ready to be that person that has that high standard of partner, that has that level of a partner? Are you ready to do what it takes to be in that type of relationship? Are you that person yourself? That's why it's so important to do that inner work on yourself and to embody that partner that you want to have, because when it comes time for you to receive that love and for you to receive that relationship, it'll be less work for you because you're already at that high standard. So when you do the work to get yourself to a high standard, or to the standard of the partner that you want, makes it easier for that partner to come into your life because you are already at that standard, already at that high vibration. And you don't need to, it's not like that partner is going to come into your life and now you're scrambling to do everything to be, to do what it takes to have that kind of partner. And I think that is what a lot of people overlook in relationships. They want this wonderful partner, they want this high standard, and they want everything, but they're failing to ask themselves, are you that standard of partner? Because you need to be that standard of partner to receive that standard of partner, because being that standard of partner shows that you are ready for that standard of partner. And that is something that I think isn't talked about enough, or there isn't awareness to being brought enough. And I'm not talking about it just in the partner situation. I'm talking about it in life. Are we truly ready to receive? If the universe delivered you $1 million today, are you truly ready to manage that money? You may think oh yes, I'd love $1 million. But are you truly ready to do what it takes to have that $1 million? And I'll give you an example. I know you had to have heard of a lot of lottery winners sometimes end up more broke than they were before the lottery. And you may think well, how can that happen? It's because if you are giving that large sum of money that you are not ready to receive, it will come and it will go just as easily as you received it. If you are not ready to manage it, if you are not ready to understand, financial savviness, and you are not ready for the responsibility that comes along with managing that type of money, you will not be able to do it, and it will come and it will go just as easily as it came. So, That is why we need to be ready to receive and willing to receive and willing to do what it takes. And it's not do what it takes in the future, like, yes, when that comes, I'll be ready. No, everything happens now. So the things that you are most wanting to receive right now, you have to be ready to receive them. Say you are wanting divine guidance. You really want to tap into your intuition. You really want to tap into the divine, and you really would love that guidance. Well, the other hand of that is, are you ready to receive that guidance? Are you preparing this vessel for that guidance? Are you doing the inner work that is going to allow you to get quiet enough to hear that guidance? Because remember, the divine is subtle. Energy is subtle. It is us in this 3D reality, this dense reality, that is the loudness, that is, I don't want to say that we are lesser. We're just functioning as humans at a denser reality, which is a lower vibrational reality than the divine. And the divine is not going to necessarily lower its vibration to communicate with you, because then that would kind of take away the divineness and the lightness of it if your intuition had to come into this dense reality. But it actually does. When you see signs and physical signs and you overhear something that really resonates with you, that is the divine coming down. But we're talking more about intuition and inner guidance. When it comes through that way, it is coming from above. It is coming from the light. So therefore, that is why it is kind of subtle. But what we need to do to be ready to receive that kind of guidance is we need to be doing the inner work to get quiet. Are you able to quiet your mind enough where you are able to tell the difference between an intuitive thought and your running, thinking mind? Have you been doing the work to recognize exactly what ego is to also then help you decipher? Have you been tuning into those gut feelings of maybe I should do this and then doing that? Are you really ready to receive that guidance? Are you really ready to listen? Are you really ready to do what this guidance is telling you to do? And like I said, again, don't take it to extremes. The guidance always, when your intuition and the divine speaks to you, it is always comes from a place of love. Your guidance is never going to tell you to be harmful to yourself or others. It is never going to tell you to do something that you truly don't want to do. We have our mind. It is a tool. Use it to decipher and discern, okay? You know what I mean? Oh, my guidance told me to chop down that tree today. I'm going to go chop that down. It's well, is that really your intuition? Would your guidance tell you to take down that tree? You have to ask. And maybe it is guidance. Maybe, something else will come for that, or there's a reason, or, maybe that tree is dead and would fall on your house or something like that. But I'm just saying, you also still have to use your discernment. And you have to, when you are wanting to really tap into your intuition and your divine guidance, you have to be setting that intention that you only receive guidance from the highest light. It is so important, from the highest light, because you're in the energy world. To the divine, there is no right or wrong. There is no bad or good. Those are all human judgments. So in the energy world, there really isn't good energy or bad energy. It's something that we would define it as bad energy, as lesser dense energy, as energy that we don't want guidance from necessarily. But you can still tap into that energy because we have free will, and because guidance, the divine is not well, this is good guidance and this is bad guidance, and You only want the good guidance, so we're only going to give you the good guidance. Or you're only going to be able to tap into the good energy. That's not necessarily true. So you could be tapping into energy that may not necessarily be for you, or may not necessarily be of the highest light and for the highest good of you and for the highest good of yourself. But it's really easy to, it's like a snap of the finger to only get that highest light guidance. You just have to set the intention. Because we have free will and energy must obey us, you can set the intention. I intend to only receive guidance and only communicate with energy of the highest light. Of the highest light. As you start to set your boundaries and set those intentions, that will help you to discern and to trust some more of those intuitive hits that you're getting, some more of that guidance. And that is part of being ready for that guidance, being ready to receive that help. So before we go, I want to challenge you and challenge myself to to get ourselves ready to receive. And the challenge that is coming to mind is the next time you are offered help. And it could be as simple as someone holding the door for you, someone asking you if they could help you with your bags at work, whatever it is. The next time you are offered help, receive it with ease and grace. Say yes and thank you. And just let it be. That will help to get us into the mode of receiving, because the other thing about receiving is we hold a lot of unworthiness around it. But here's the thing, we are worthy. And we weren't meant to do this alone. We are part of a collective. We are meant to have the help. We are part of a team. Life is not an individual sport. It is a team sport. So let us get into the habit of receiving help with ease and grace. Let's get into the habit of receiving with ease and grace. So that is our message for today. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Anna, and I hope to see you tomorrow.